Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back on the channel. Got a ballin' short for us today. We got this man's last words will shock you. Lost episode 13. I think this is the literally final episode. I went scrolling through this channel. And I do think this is the last episode for us of these. Oh, I thought you was going to add them too.
No, like, if it's the last one, he don't put like any new ones up? Nah. Or it's just, this it?
Nah. And I guess that's the reason why he take more precautions with doing the content he does now. Oh, and that might be the reason why he don't really do like more new, like up-to-date stories of crime and stuff to happen. Because people have told, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know. Hey, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
lock it in with a thumbs up.
You had a brain for it.
I did. I know if I'm coming or going.
Hey, man, let's get it. Let's check this out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Between 1890 and 1963, 695 people were executed in the state of New York. 614 of those executions were carried out via electric chair in one of the most infamous maximum security prisons in the world called Sing Sing. Sing Sing has long held an almost mythological place in American culture. Many books have been written about the prison and many movies have been set there. Among the notorious people who were put to death there was the serial killer David Berkowitz, better known as the Son of Sam, who killed 6 people and injured another 10. The boss of the infamous Brooklyn gang called Murder Inc., which was responsible for over 20 murders, and the so-called Lonely Hearts Killers, which was Martha Beck and Raymond Fernandez, who during the 1940s and 50s used newspaper ads to lure up to 20 lonely women to their death. But today's story...
Why you here looking at me like that? When I said,
I just looked at you. I was like, oh, you know about this?
No, Murder Inc.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but then you seemed like you was a little bit more like...
No, I was just thinking about...
I was like, is that where they get...
That's what I was saying.
Is that where they got the name? I'm going to do some research.
That's what I said. That's what I said in my head. That's why I said, And you looking at me like...
I'm like, what you know that I don't know? Because I'm surprised.
But a lot of people do be getting their names from
stuff
stuff that has happened in the past. And you won't be knowing like... Even like the rapper Rick Ross, you get your name from Rick Ross, or Supreme, you get that's an actual dude, Supreme. So you know,
newspaper ads to lure up to 20 lonely women to their death. But today's story is not about a famous condemned inmate, it's about a famous picture of one. In the late 1800s, Arthur Mayhew killed a shopkeeper during a botched robbery. His accomplice turned him in order to receive a lesser sentence for himself. Convicted and condemned, Mayhew found himself awaiting execution for a year inside of the Sing Sing death house. During that time, 3 people were executed. Given the layout of the Sing Sing death house, Mayhew would not have seen these 3 executions, but he would have heard them. Radiating out from the death chamber were 6 cells known as the dance hall. This is where the next 6 people scheduled to die waited their turn. These cells were only...
That's punishment, bro.
So you got the actual chamber, and then you got the...
You hear them. You can hear them, and these are the people that's next.
People that's waiting.
And they and I ain't no telling how long they got to wait, months. But they, while I'm sitting here waiting, y'all go get the next ones, and we hear them. So I'm hearing my torture that's coming.
Yeah,
that's sad, bro.
I'm reading,
and I get people like, yeah, it's sad, but at the end of the day, I understand that. But damn.
Also, this is where the person that's being, will be, and then these are the people that's watching,
But and
then these are the people waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where the next 6 people scheduled to die waited their turn.
Wow.
These cells were only separated from the death chamber by a thin wall and a small door, neither of which were soundproof. During executions, white sheets were draped over the 5 cells in the dance hall that still contained occupants. From behind these sheets, prisoners could hear the guards come down the hall, open up the door of that 6th cell of the person who's going to be executed. They could hear them being removed from their cell, walk down the hall. They'd hear the death chamber door open and then shut. They would hear the prisoner's last words, if they had any, and then they would hear the clunk of the switch being thrown and then the hum of electricity as it surged. Many times, the executions did not go smoothly, causing the condemned to yell out in agony and pain as the switch is flipped over and over and over again. And as a final torture, the prisoners in the dance hall would hear the sound of the autopsy being performed. New York state law mandated an autopsy be completed immediately after execution. There were rumors floating around the prison that the electric chair didn't always kill the prisoner, that in fact they were just stunned by the time they got to the autopsy table. One doctor's autopsy report in 1951 said he believed the reason autopsies were done right after the execution was not to determine cause of death. It was to ensure they were dead. Because of their proximity to this macabre process, prisoners in the dance hall oftentimes lost their mind waiting to be executed. On March 12, 1897, Arthur Mayhew's weight was up. He woke up at 7:30 that morning after 5 hours of undisturbed sleep. He was going to be second to die that day. When the guard showed up to bring him breakfast, Mayhew apparently looked nervous and he asked the guard, "What's the weather like outside?" And the guard told him it was raining, to which Mayhew said, "Man, that's too bad." Initially, Mayhew refused food, but then later called the guard back over and asked if he could have eggs and coffee. After breakfast, Mayhew's wife and brother showed up and they visited with him until shortly before 10:30, when unexpectedly the guy who was supposed to be executed ahead of Mayhew was informed his sentence had been commuted. And so in full view of Mayhew, this guy is crying tears of joy, he's going to live, and he gets transferred back to general population. And so because that guy's execution was no longer happening, they decided to bump Mayhew's execution up to right then and there. And so they went to his cell, they opened the door, and they told Mayhew's wife and brother it was time for them to leave. As they were walking out, Mayhew was pleading with them to believe him that he was innocent, but neither of them believed him. They knew he was guilty. The guards shut Mayhew's cell and told him he had 45 minutes left. And so while Mayhew kneeled inside of his cell praying loudly, the executioner right across the hall prepped the electric chair. At 11:10 a.m., Mayhew watched the guards as they pinned white sheets in front of the other 5 cells. And then at 11:15, they came to his door, they opened it up, and they said, "It's time." They walked Mayhew over to the death chamber door, they opened it up, and as soon as Mayhew saw the electric chair for the first time, he panicked and he tried to run away, but there was 5 men that grabbed him and pulled him into the death chamber, and as he's screaming for mercy, they dragged him over to the chair, forced him down, and began putting on his restraints. Initially, when Arthur sat down, he was viciously fighting and trying to get the men off of him, but as they were nearing the end of getting all of his restraints on, he suddenly just went limp, and he had this look of complete resignation on his face. He knew it was over. In the barely 60-second long window of time when the final restraint was placed at 11:16 and when he was pronounced dead at 11:17, a photographer walked out in front of Arthur Mayhew and took this picture. Mayhew's final words were, "Jesus, have mercy on," and his words were cut off by the death-dealing electrical current. So that's going to do it, guys. If you found the secret in today's episode, let us know in the comments what it is and where you found it. So give us the timestamp.
Because he said he went to jail because botched robbery, right? Mm-hmm. And the dude who
had basically
that he was
told on him to get a lot,
So he can get a lot of, and who knows? And I'll say this. So the dude supposed to have did it with him, told on him to get a lighter sentence. Did he get caught already?
Who, Arthur?
No, I'm saying the original dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because then if he didn't get caught, he voluntarily. Why would you voluntarily go? Then if you did get caught, he was the one who. My thing is, you shouldn't get a lighter sentence because you committed the crime too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you never know the truth though, because he probably died with the truth. Yeah. Whether he being guilty or him being innocent. There is a huge population of people who have been sentenced to death that was actually innocent. and they were found innocent later on. But it's like, it's too late, bro. These people dead and gone.
Yeah, true.
Like, what? How you gonna apologize or exonerate them and say, hey, they were, hey, bro, that's a
Whoever
dead
came,
man.
you know, and
like, you know how many people they have came out and said, well, we're gonna exonerate them and they're gonna die. They're gonna be crowned an innocent man. Bro, I died. I'm dead, bro. Like, and it be years later. Like, what can I do? Like, you can't say, well, let's go dig them up and give them life again, bro. You cut my life off.
Yeah.
So, that's a crazy story, though.
Yeah, that
to
was.
say the least, man. But hey, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comments down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
See you on the post.
We are.
Kid and C.
We out.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes.